as a local business, does your location affect how you get leads from Google? I'm Stephen Lau.
And I'm Tahmid Jawad.
And today we're going to talk about if your location has an impact on how you get business from Google. And the answer is yes, right? So we're going to talk about your Google business profile. So what's happened over the years is that Google knows what is actually happening on its search engine. People go into websites, what do most people want? And it's identified that, of course, the most important things are NAP, right?
Yeah, yep.
Name, address, phone number.
Name, address, phone number, right?
And then, but other things as well. But what it's also realized is that it wants most people to just stay on Google, right? That's why it's created the Google business profile. But that's also a benefit to local business owners. And I think that if you have not paid attention to it, you better start, right? And you'll know whether you have or haven't because you take a look at your profile, just type in your name, and then you'll see whether it's claimed or unclaimed on Google, because you'll see that profile there, and you're like, how did it get my picture? How did it get my phone number? And then it'll say, is this business yours? You know, did you claim this business? So you need to claim that if you haven't already. For those of you that have, wonderful. But when was the last time you logged in? Right? When was the
and
last
a lot
time?
of things have changed since the last time you logged in, right? And where your business is located, that plays a very important role on how you're getting ranking, how you're getting ranked for, and how your customers are getting direction to your business. So previously, there was this option where you could hide your location and put a radius map, and Google will essentially rank you for all that radius, but that is no longer there. That has changed.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because I mean, I guess if I was a business owner, I'd probably draw that radius as big as I could, right?
Right.
And so I think that's what a lot of people were doing, and so now it's come up with a few different rules.
I think also that Google found that a lot of people are taking advantage or misusing of that situation. So that's why Google now no longer let you put that radius. But there's areas of service option. You can now put all the areas where your business is serving. But remember, you're still getting ranking for your original location where you got the verification, not based on the service that you're putting in.
That's right. So first, you can, of course, eliminate your address. You can choose not to show your address to your customers. The way you do that in Google My Business right now is just to eliminate your address altogether. And then, of course, the next question is, well, if I eliminate my address, how does Google know my address in the first place, right? So you verified it when you first got that Google My Business by mail. So mail was physically sent to you so that it could verify your location. So if you don't want your address to show up, all you have to do is take away your address, and then that won't show up anymore.
But there's a disadvantage of that, though. Like if you had a physical location and people were using that map to get direction to your business, you cannot utilize that feature anymore. So
well, you're talking about the two different types of business. One that receives walk-in. So if you receive walk-in traffic, like if you have a furniture store or a retail store, don't remove your address. You actually want to show it, right?
But there are some businesses anyway, they wanted to hide their location because they are more like a service-based business.
They don't service at their location. They go to your home or something like that. Plumbers, as an example, would be one of those for sure. But I think an important point here is that service area now, where you can just put in like, hey, I service also in 100 kilometers from my home. So you start to list these areas, right? You might show up, like it will show on a map that you are there, but more effort by Google, like Google will make more effort to show your location to businesses, to customers in your area, not where you say you service.
That's what Google should always do. I have an interesting question for you though. So what happens if you're changing your location and you're moving to a different location?
Well, that's a good question. You actually, and this is a new policy from Google, you have to eliminate your address and then put in your new address, at which time you will get re-verified. So Google is going to send you mail again so that it knows where you are.
That's very important, because since you're hiding your address, since you're removing your address, you might think that even if I change to a new location, my business will still show up in the map, which is true in a way. It will show up, but you're not getting ranking for your new location. You're still getting ranking based on the proximity of your previous business location. So let's say in Ottawa, you moved to downtown, but your previous location was in Kannada. So you won't get the ranking that your business deserves for being in the Ottawa downtown area. Your location will still get ranking only for Kannada area.
Yeah, so moving is really important. So this brings up the next point as well. I think it's worth discussing. It's like, should I move my office into, or my location into, really busy areas where a lot of searches happen? Because that means that I'm not going to get the traffic from a metropolitan area if I'm further away. Mm-hmm. That's a big problem. It's always been a big problem.
Well, that's another important discussion where you should have your business location, strategically speaking.
Yes,
but
it plays a role. It plays a role. Like, I think if you know the landscape, it's like, okay, well, I'm a new business, so where should I open? Should I open in a mall? Should I open, downtown? Should I open in a suburb? I think now you also have to consider, well, if I want traffic from Google, that's one of your criteria now as well. Mm-hmm. So it's really important. So I'm just going to recap. Obviously, there's been some changes in Google My Business for sure, mm-hmm. right? First, claim it, 100%. Keep it up to date. Go back often. It gives you stats as well. But now there's changes with respect to showing your address or not, which means that you have to delete your address if you don't want it to show up when someone's looking at your business. Mm-hmm. And then you also have to select service areas. It could be like neighborhoods and whatnot that you put in there, just so that you might actually show up, although you might not show up at the top. Right. So because it gives more credence to your actual local address, your real address. And then, of course, the last thing
change your address and re-verify your new address if you're moving your business location.
That's right. Okay, so if you have any more questions on Google My Business, just drop us a line. Our information is below. If you have any other questions as well, I know that we've gotten some questions in the past and we've featured them on the show, which is a wonderful thing. We always love getting feedback. And like anything, just, you're not alone out there. We're here to answer your questions. So if there's anything you don't know about digital marketing, maybe we can help. Drop us a line. I'm Stephen Lau, signing off.
And I'm Tahmid Jawad, signing off.